It was a custom in the hobo world that when you died, you were buried barefoot because your traveling days are over. And that what happens is that much like you or I might bring flowers to some grave of someone we cared about, that the transient community brings shoes to honor whoever it was that has lost their shoes because their traveling days are over. And I looked at this and it was absolutely fascinating to me because of the spectrum of the kinds of shoes. And you see them from boots up on top to running shoes to shower thongs wrapped around their high-top sneakers. And it's obviously been going on for quite a while. And then there's this. Someone has fashioned a cross out of steel fence posts. They welded it together very crudely and hammered it in the ground there. And it's red. I look at that and I try and figure out what does that mean? What is a red cross? Is it Red Cross? As in, we need help, Red Cross? But this is a permanent marker. Why red? There's a reason why so many actors tend to be liberals politically. Because when we approach a character, the first thing we do is look at the character and see how similar they are to us. What are our things that we have in common? Then we look at those things that are different and we figure, what would it take for me to do that, even though it's different from who I am? And we work our way that way. We tend to be liberal because we see the commonality. So I look at this and I cannot help but wonder, why did those people bring those shoes? Who was this hobo that died under that bridge? If that's what it was. Would you bring shoes out of respect? Would you bring shoes out of sympathy? What would make you bring shoes to this point out in the desert? Then I started thinking, wait a minute. What makes me think that was a man? A man riding the rails. Maybe, probably was, but not necessarily have to be. Then I started thinking, wait a minute, what if this wasn't a hobo? Who else is in the desert? Then I started thinking, what if that's a birth scene? What if under that bridge somebody gave birth and lost their life? Would that be what would drive people to bring shoes? Is that a manger? Is that there's no room at the inn and there's a baby named Jesus somewhere? We don't know. That's the fascinating thing about it. This is just a desert bridge alongside a desert highway in the middle of nowhere and no explanations. So then what I look at is what might it be? What could it be? And to get out of the stereotype that it's a male hobo, maybe these are blessings from those who know the story of what happened under that bridge. Because when I was there, I climbed all around. There was nothing that felt bad. There was nothing like, I've been through Dachau. Dachau feels different. Going through this, there was nothing that felt like this was a place of hurt of any kind. So then what is it that drives people to make this stop way out in the middle of nowhere? I don't have an answer. All I have is the questions and the possibilities. Maybe, what if?